She always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are.
So, guess what, folks? Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Jr., has finally had enough of his mom being completely ripped off by her court-appointed guardian. He's stepping up and threatening to drag Guardian Sabrina Morrissey to court. The buzz is that Sabrina's been using and manipulating Wendy to line her own pockets. But the real kicker? Sabrina allegedly sold Wendy's beloved New York penthouse for a shockingly low price. And if that wasn't bad enough, she's been accused of starving Wendy, sometimes not feeding her for days. Kevin Jr. is not about to let this fly. Word is, he's taking Sabrina to court, challenging her guardianship, and fighting to free his mom once and for all. Buckle up for some serious drama, folks. Kevin Jr. is ready to take this all the way. All right, everyone, we need to talk about Wendy Williams because things are getting seriously shady. So, here's the tea. Wendy Williams has been MIA for a hot minute and not raking in the dough like she used to. Normally, this wouldn't be a big deal because she's been hustling since the 90s, and you'd think she'd have a sweet nest egg saved up, right? Well, it looks like that's not the story here. It's been months since Wendy's documentary dropped, and fans have been desperate for some good news about her comeback. But sadly, the updates are far from sunny. Things have actually gotten worse. Wendy's son claims the real issue is their court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who's allegedly been taking advantage and draining her bank account. The court ended up granting this motion, and Sabrina Morrissey was put in charge of Wendy's conservatorship. But according to Wendy's son, Sabrina is all about her own greedy interests, allegedly mistreating Wendy and stealing from her. In an interview with The Sun, he claimed that she was being manipulated by Sabrina, saying, "I know there are all sorts of things happening that I know in her right mind she would never agree to. As hard as it is seeing her being taken advantage of, I know that if I'm making sure she as a person is okay, that is the important thing." So it's clear that Kevin loves his mom very much, and he's paying to see how she's being manipulated and taken advantage of. He also say, what's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep on earning income. And in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. He also claimed that the people were taking advantage of her drinking, saying, "There are a lot of people who are very aware that there is an issue with their drinking and how that issue may be helped. But I think these people are taking advantage of it while allowing it to play out to make it look like they aren't causing the issue. If they aren't providing it, they are definitely enabling a type of personality and giving her the green light to drink." But guess what? Wendy's son isn't the only one sounding the alarm. Her brother also tried to warn everyone when the news broke that Wendy was planning to launch a podcast, a film, or a reality show. Her brother didn't hold back. He straight up accused Sabrina and Wendy's team of exploiting her, forcing her to work when it was clear she wasn't in the right frame of mind. He said, "This is not a woman who is in the right frame of mind to get a show going. Why are you even here? Do you see the condition she's in? Does it look like she's ready to start a podcast for goodness sake? It doesn't. Whatever they do with it, they're going to do. It's going to be sad. I can't blame Wendy for anything. I want her to get better. She is not better, so I can't be mad at her for any of this." There are more reports that Wendy was being kept away from her family, but the situation got worse when we found out that Wendy was selling off her personal items, and an insider leaked this saying, "Wendy has been calling people, asking them to help sell all her stuff. She is asking for recommendations on places that can sell furniture for you." The insider added that in her preparation for her move, she wanted to see how she could list items on her home, which could potentially include her iconic purple chair, among other keepsakes. So yeah, Wendy's documentary really gave us a first-hand glimpse of just how bad things have been, and it was a serious eye-opener. Right from the start, you could tell Wendy wasn't in the best state of mind. She started off saying she was broke and had nothing left, which pretty much confirmed she might be struggling with her drinking issues.
Put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money. And I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
In the same documentary, her son revealed he didn't trust Guardian Sabrina to take care of Wendy, believing she was leaving her vulnerable to exploitation.
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable. and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you?
Interestingly, back in 2022, Wendy's ex, Kevin Hunter, was actually the first to call out this guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, for taking advantage of Wendy. Let's be real, we didn't really take him seriously back then, especially since he was also eyeing Wendy's money. Wendy was in rehab, and these people just stopped depositing my money cold turkey. These people have tried to stop me out. At the end of the day, I earned that money, and I'm not letting them take it. I know she's not in a good place, and she's surrounded by people who are taking advantage of her condition, including this so-called guardianship. Wendy's condition in the documentary was so shocking that fans immediately started demanding answers. Then, her sister and niece spilled the tea, revealing that Sabrina had been isolating Wendy from her family. They claimed they had to go through Sabrina every time they wanted to talk to Wendy. Her sister, Wanda Finney, said the last time the family had seen her was in 2021, and that was a major red flag. When she was in Florida, there were a number of people involved. Even beyond family, there were doctors involved, and people in Wendy's professional world were involved. She had upheld team in place, nurses in place, and she had a family in place. She was getting healthier. She also said, "I don't think there's anyone Wendy needed more than her family." Separate the money part. All I want to know is that my sister is going to live and that she's going to be healthy. The concern of the family has always been Wendy's health. Wendy's niece, Alex, also discussed the extreme measures that Wendy's guardian took to keep her away from her family. Alex claimed that Wendy is required to call her family members from a blocked phone number, meaning they can't reach out directly to her. Alex also said, "And I say this honestly, we went through birthdays, we went through the holidays, we went through illness. There was a period when my grandfather was in the hospital. There was no way to contact her and let her know what was going on with her 93-year-old father." The next thing we knew, we found out that Wendy had been diagnosed with dementia, according to her doctor, in 2023 after undergoing a battery of medical tests. Wendy was officially diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. Her symptoms, which combined impact her language and behavior and cognitive functions, have already presented significant hurdles in Wendy's life. With all this drama and her diagnosis, you'd think Wendy would finally get the care she desperately needs, right? I mean, she's seriously ill, so surely the people the law put in charge would step up. But no, that's not the case. According to an insider, things have only gotten worse. Wendy's friend Regina Shell dished that Wendy is being silenced by her guardian, who's allegedly encouraging her to drink because it makes it easier for her to manipulate. "Can you believe that?" Regina said. "This is a Britney Spears thing. Only it's worse since it's not even Wendy's family who has control. At least with Britney Spears, it was a dad. It was a family. This is a woman who's not even family. And how does this guardian get all this standing?" Regina also said, "Initially, when I was staying with Wendy in the summertime, we were like triangulated. We were speaking to Sabrina, but then she kind of disappeared." She also claimed that Wendy was being starved and she barely got good food or even food at all on time. She said Wendy would order food at like 7:30 in the morning and breakfast wouldn't arrive till 11:30, and by that time, she's ready for lunch. When I went back to Los Angeles, I had to send her food from there to New York using a delivery service because she wasn't getting proper communication, and she had no other access to money besides what this guardian allowed. All this is just so upsetting, and fans commented, "Sheesh, I feel bad for her. But if anyone ever doubted karma, they need to look at this woman's life." Another fan commented, "Why is this Sabrina person not being investigated? Who does she have in her back pocket in the New York court system?" And this other fan said, "I wish they would try to obtain Britney Spears' legal team to help. This situation is absolutely heartbreaking. We're all wondering if Wendy is ever going to make it through this." Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out this next video.